Greetings friends, a warm welcome to all of you on our channel. Today we are going to discuss a mysterious and unknown topic that doesn't just impact our present lives but has deeply influenced our history and will continue to shape our future. Today we will talk about Kalipurush, the embodiment of time, a powerful, invisible entity considered the epitome of unrighteousness, darkness, and the downfall of humanity and order. He is the ruler of time, guiding society toward destruction. But it is essential to understand when and how Kalipurush came into existence. What are his powers? How does he influence humanity? And what does his future hold? Will Kalipurush ever be defeated? And most importantly, how can we protect ourselves from his darkness? In this video, we will dive into all these aspects. So, make sure you watch this video until the end. And if you'd like to watch this video in Hindi, we also have the Hindi version available in our playlist. So, without any further delay, let us begin this mysterious journey. Part 1. Introduction to Kalipurush and his mysterious personality. According to the scriptures and Puranas, Kalipurush is not just an individual, but a symbol of an unknown force that embodies unrighteousness and darkness. He is considered the manifestation of time itself. He brings destruction and downfall wherever he goes. Kalipurush cannot be bound by any particular form or shape. He is perceived as an invisible force that influences every aspect of society. His very existence signifies the passage of time, the end of ages, and the decline of righteousness. Name and significance of Kalipurush. The name Kalipurush itself hints at his nature. Kali means time, and Purush symbolizes a symbolic persona or spirit. His entire existence represents the expansion of unrighteousness and chaos as time progresses. The scriptures state that Kalipurush is not merely a fictional force, but symbolizes every dark element within humanity. He signifies the downfall of society, the erosion of morality, and humanity's inclination toward darkness. Part 2. The birth and early history of Kalipurush. The most crucial question is, how was Kalipurush born? According to scriptures, when creation began and the universe expanded, time was born. This time symbolized the endless passage of time that continues to this day and will continue forever. The emergence of Kalipurush. It is said that as the flow of time increased and various ages of creation began, Kalipurush manifested. Scriptures mention that Kalipurush represents Kaliyuga, the final age of the universe. He symbolizes the time when righteousness declines and unrighteousness rises. Kalipurush was born in a state of chaos and darkness. This was a time when unrighteousness was spreading in the world, and humanity was drifting away from moral values. He emerged as a force meant to lead society toward downfall. The mythical story of Kalipurush. The Puranas mention that Kalipurush was not born from any deity or sage, but emerged directly from time itself. When Brahma created the universe, he also set the cycle of time and ages in motion. Kalipurush appeared when the flow of time began to change and chaos took over the world. Part 3. The unique powers of Kalipurush. Kalipurush possesses limitless and terrifying powers. His primary strength is to spread unrighteousness, darkness, and sin in society. It is under his influence that Kaliyuga is ruled by chaos and destruction. Here are four main powers of Kalipurush. Expansion of illusion and desire. Kalipurush's greatest power is to spread illusion and desire. He entangles humanity in materialistic desires, diverting them from the truth. This is why people in Kaliyuga stray from righteousness and chase after worldly pleasures. Reign of unrighteousness. Kalipurush is considered the harbinger of unrighteousness and sin. Under his influence, people abandon their moral values and choose the path of unrighteousness. chaos spreads in society, and people turn away from truth and Dharma. Spread of suffering and turmoil. The influence of Kalipurush brings widespread suffering, turmoil, and calamities to the world. His presence causes humanity to experience mental, physical, and spiritual struggles. Influence of greed and jealousy. Another power of Kalipurush is the spread of greed and jealousy. Under his influence, people become envious of one another, leading to dissatisfaction and imbalance in society. Kalipurush's influence is not limited to individual lives. He affects every part of society, politics, economy, religion, and personal relationships. This is why Kali Yuga is considered the most chaotic and unrighteous era. Part 4. Kalipurush's influence through the ages. The scriptures divide the ages into 4 main phases: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kalipurush's influence manifests differently in each of these ages. Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga, also known as the Golden Age, was the most sacred and righteous era. In this age, Kalipurush's influence was minimal, as society followed Dharma and moral values strictly. Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, Kalipurush's power started to increase. This was an age where Dharma saw a slight decline, yet most people still adhered to it. Kalipurush's influence can be seen in figures like Ravana and other Asuras, who tried to spread chaos. Dvapara Yuga. In Dvapara Yuga, Kalipurush's powers grew even stronger. Society saw the expansion of unrighteousness, and people began to deviate from truth and Dharma. Kalipurush's influence was evident during the great Mahabharata war between the Pandavas and Kauravas. Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, the age in which we currently live, is the most dominated by Kalipurush. This age witnesses the peak of his powers. Unrighteousness, sin, and darkness pervade society, and people become increasingly detached from their moral values. Part 5. Kalipurush's impact on humanity. Kalipurush's presence is not just a symbolic or mythical concept. His influence is clearly visible in our lives. According to the scriptures, Kalipurush impacts humanity on various levels. The fall of morality. Kalipurush's main power is the degradation of moral values in society. He leads people away from truth, Dharma, and justice, pushing them towards selfishness, greed, and falsehood. Mental chaos. Kalipurush confuses the human mind. His influence leads to mental stress, insecurity, and fear. People lose their balance and peace due to his power of illusion and delusion. Expansion of darkness. Kalipurush aims to spread darkness and chaos. His presence brings the decline of knowledge, and people start living in ignorance, straying away from the spiritual path. Religious decline. In Kali Yuga, the decline of religion is a significant result of Kalipurush's influence. People abandon spirituality and run after worldly pleasures. Social disintegration. Kalipurush's influence can be seen in the disintegration of families, communities, and society. Part 6. Kalipurush and transformation in different yugas. According to the scriptures, the influence of Kalipurush manifests differently in each yuga. In Satya Yuga, his impact was minimal, while in Kali Yuga, it has reached its peak. In each era, Kalipurush's manifested form and purpose have changed. Kalipurush in Satya Yuga. In Satya Yuga, Kalipurush had no clear existence. This era was characterized by truth, righteousness, and spirituality. Humanity was committed to moral values, and the influence of Kalipurush was almost negligible. Kalipurush in Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, the influence of Kalipurush grew slightly. Figures like Ravana, Kansa, and other Asuras can be considered representatives of Kalipurush, who tried to spread unrighteousness and chaos in society. However, the era was still dominated by Dharma and truth, limiting the power of Kalipurush. Kalipurush in Dwapar Yuga. In Dwapar Yuga, the presence of Kalipurush becomes more apparent. The influence of Kalipurush is seen during the Mahabharata period through characters like Duryodhana, Shakuni, and the Kauravas. This era marked a major struggle between Dharma and Adharma, and the decline of moral values began. Kalipurush in Kali Yuga. Kaliyuga is the era where Kalipurush's power is at its zenith. In this age, unrighteousness, sin, and chaos dominate. Greed, attachment, and jealousy are widespread, and Kalipurush's dark force is clearly visible in every aspect of life. The purpose of Kalipurush in Kali Yuga is to lead society towards complete destruction. Part 7. Kalipurush and his future. The most important question now is, what is the future of Kalipurush? Will his influence last forever, or will there be an end to his reign? End of Kali Yuga and defeat of Kalipurush. According to the scriptures, at the end of Kali Yuga, the 10th incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Bhagwan Kalki, will appear. The purpose of Kalki Avatar is to destroy Kalipurush and re-establish Dharma on earth. It is said that when Kali Yuga reaches its peak and society is completely immersed in unrighteousness and chaos, the appearance of Kalki Avatar is certain. He will appear riding a horse and wielding divine weapons to bring about the end of Kalipurush. This will be the time when Dharma, truth, and justice will be restored. Defeat of Kalipurush. When Kalki Avatar appears, the powers of Kalipurush will gradually weaken. Kalipurush will not be able to withstand the might of Kalki, and eventually his downfall will come. The beginning of a new era and restoration of Dharma. After the defeat of Kalipurush, a new era will dawn. This era will be like Satya Yuga once again, where righteousness, truth, and justice will prevail. Humanity will return to its moral values, and peace and prosperity will be restored in society. Part 8. How to escape Kalipurush's influence. The question now arises, how can we protect ourselves from Kalipurush's influence until the manifestation of Kalki Avatar? The Vedas and scriptures provide answers to this. Following Dharma. The first and most important way to escape Kalipurush's influence is by following Dharma. The scriptures say that by walking on the path of righteousness, we can distance ourselves from adharma and chaos. By embracing virtues like truth, non-violence, and compassion, we can shield ourselves from Kalipurush's power. Expansion of knowledge and education. Kalipurush symbolizes darkness and ignorance. To avoid his influence, we must expand knowledge and education in our lives. By studying religious texts, scriptures, and the Vedas, we can discover the path of truth and Dharma. Purification of the soul. Another crucial way to avoid Kalipurush's influence is by purifying the soul. Through meditation, yoga, and spiritual practices, we can cleanse our mind and soul. This will help us resist the dark influence of Kalipurush. Satsang and guidance from a true guru. Participating in satsang, association with good people, and seeking guidance from a true guru can also help us escape Kalipurush's influence. The scriptures mention that only through the guidance of a true guru can we walk on the path of truth and avoid unrighteousness. Friends, this was the complete story of Kalipurush, his birth, powers, and future. In this video, we've tried to delve deeply into every aspect of Kalipurush so that you can better understand this mysterious figure. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Also, if you want to watch this video in English, an English version is available in our playlist. Remember, by walking on the path of Dharma, truth, and justice, we can protect ourselves from the darkness of Kalipurush. Stay tuned for more fascinating topics and keep watching our channel. Until then, thank you.